Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's write some more neat code today. So today let's solve the problem score of a string. So we're given a string S with a bunch of characters. We want to calculate the score of it, and we can do that by taking, for example, on this string, by taking the ASCII value of every pair of characters, every adjacent pair of characters. So we have one pair over here, another pair over here, and then another pair here, and then this pair over here as well. So we have 4 pairs. We have 5 characters, but we only have 4 pairs. Now for each pair, to get the ASCII value of that character is pretty much a built-in function. So H, for example, is 104 in terms of ASCII. E is 101. Now, if you have no idea what this means, just think of it like this. You have a bunch of characters like in the alphabet. To get the difference in terms of two characters, like H and E, to get the difference of the ASCII values of those two characters is the same as saying how many spots do we have to jump from one character to land at the other in the alphabet, because the ASCII values are in alphabetical order. So even if, we didn't know what the ASCII value of this is, we still kind of know that the difference between them is 3. So the difference here is also going to be 3. If you had no idea what ASCII values are, you could create your own mapping. You could call A0, this 1, this 2, this 3, etc. And, you could store these in a hash map or something, and then you could solve the problem that way. It would still technically be constant memory to do this because it's 26 characters. But we don't need to do that because in Python, there is a built-in function called ord, which pretty much gets the ASCII value of a character. So knowing that, we are going to iterate over the input, and we're going to have a pointer, let's call it I, and I'm going to iterate up until not the last, but the second to last character, because we have 5 characters in the input, but we have 4 pairs. We want to iterate for every pair. So to compare two adjacent characters, I can just say I with I plus 1. And I can get the ASCII value of these two, take the difference, and then get the absolute value of that, because the difference is 3 in this case, but we could have subtracted it in the opposite order where the difference would have been -3. We want that value to always be positive, so we take the absolute value. And so we do this for the first pair. Next, we shift I over here, and then do the same for this pair, and then do the same for this pair, and same for the last pair, and then we stop. Aggregating those values up, in this example, we'll end up with a 13, and you can see how they got to that down here, but now I think it's time for us to code this up. Obviously, we are able to solve this problem in linear time just by scanning through the input. So I'm going to store the score in a result variable. That's what I'm going to call it, and that's what we're going to return. And then in terms of iterating over the input, we could use 2 separate pointers if we wanted to, like with a while loop. I'm going to keep it simple with a for loop. We're going to go through the length of the string -1, though. We don't want to visit the last position. And then we're going to take the character at index I, get the ASCII value of it, take the character at index I plus 1, get the ASCII value of that as well. And then before we add this to the result, let's go ahead and take the absolute value. Now we can add this to the result. Easiest way to do it is like this. And now to run the code, you can see it works, and it's about as efficient as we can get it. If you're preparing for coding interviews, check out leetcode.io. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.